On this week's Talking with Topher, yes, of course, I'm so stupid. If they dilute it, it's safer to dump all of that in the Pacific Ocean. Thing I've ever heard in my life. What are we doing? I don't know what experts these are, but they should probably be dragged out into the street and shot. And now let's get into episode 179. What is happening, TwT fans? It is so good to be back on this September 7th, 2023. And as always, I'm so glad to have you all back here with me. Before I get into anything today, let me start off by saying thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the new subscribers. Remember, if you're just stopping by or checking it out, or maybe somebody sent you that link tree, hit that subscribe button. That's right. It's free for you. So go ahead and hit it. It helps the podcast out and it keeps me coming back week after week. If you want your opportunity to be more involved with a podcast, especially this one, you got to send an email out, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. You want to tell your story? You want to be a guest? Send the email out. All right. I'm wicked excited for it, and I'm looking forward to more people hit me up, and you can do that by sending an email to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. And of course, don't forget about the link tray. It's right here at the bottom of the screen, or you can click the actual link in the description below the video. Go ahead and share it. It's an easy way to spread this thing around and help me make it bigger. So link tree, everything TwT, it's just that easy. And now let's get into today's episode. Well, let me tell you right now, I've got so much going on, but I'm recording these kind of back to back again. I think I said I got caught up a little bit. So I do not have that much of a difference going on between these two episodes. So what I'm going to do for all of you out there to keep these things going while I struggle with getting guests on my podcast. That's right. I am struggling getting guests on my podcast. So if you or you know somebody, have them send me an email. All right? Or you can send me an email with simple contact information so that I can set up an actual guest. But right now I am struggling. People are very busy, and everybody that I wanted to have on is not capable of recording until October, November. So I might not have anybody for a little bit, but might have everybody for the end of the year. So looking forward to all of that, but it's a little bit of a bummer right now. So I've got Topher's topics for this week's episode. So let's get into it. So this one right here, you know how much fun I have with global warming and how I'm not a believer of it, which this coming out within the first 10 minutes of the podcast is probably going to get me striked. I don't fucking, there we go. Did it again. I don't know. It's going to do something, but hey, look at this. Okay. I've been saying it for a long time now. There is no way with the amount of pollution in the world, there's no way America is so bad that what we do is going to change climate change, because we're not doing that bad. But here, check this out.
Welcome back. The Time is now 7:14. Japan preparing to release more than 1 million tons of treated radioactive water from the Fukushima nuclear plant into the Pacific Ocean. The power plant was damaged during an earthquake and tsunami 12 years ago, causing a meltdown. Japan's prime minister gave the final go-ahead today during a meeting with cabinet ministers. He says releasing the water could begin as early as Thursday if weather and sea conditions permit. The water will be diluted but still have some radioactivity. Japan says releasing the water is essential to decommission the plant.
Oh, really? Really? That's not going to do anything, right? Because that's perfectly good for the ocean. Yes. Yes, of course. I'm so stupid. If they dilute it, it's safer to dump all of that in the Pacific Ocean. It's not going to do anything. Are you seriously still sitting there going, we've got to change the way we do things around here? This is fucking insane. These people are literally going to dump all of that into the Pacific Ocean, and they're like, hey, it's not a big deal. We're diluting it. So, I mean, that's fine, right? No, it's not fine. Just like all the places that make jeans. If you go and look at their rivers, they're friggin' blue. You go and look at the pollution in other areas. I mean, they have rivers full of trash. Look, I know America is not tip-top, right? I understand that. But we do a lot more here than anybody else on this planet that they don't even have the same guidelines. Not even close. So, for me, I need everybody to stop badgering me to help with climate change when what we need is not America to change, to help with climate change and to stop pollution and to slow this down. We got to go batteries, plugins, all this fucking other shit. Because, why? Because we won't drill our own country for oil that we have and we could provide. It's still better. Nuclear power is still better. I don't believe in this electric world that everybody thinks is going to be the golden child, I want to say, in a sense. It's not right. It's just not right. It's not the way we need to be going. You look at the way that these batteries are made. You look at the battery life. You look at the charging stations. People are going to just start hitting people at the charging stations when you're stuck there trying to get your car from 0 to, I don't know, what, 40, 50, 60%. It takes 4 hours. I mean, this is just stupid. When you could go to the gas station, fill your tank in 5 minutes, and you're in and out of there. No one's going to want to wait hours to get their vehicle back up to speed. But the people that are watching the people charge their cars are going to want to rob them while they're sitting there waiting. So I don't know. This whole thing is crazy. But this type of stuff is what we need to get a world. We need to get the world on the same page. So until we can get other countries to join us and do what we're doing to reduce the carbon footprint and the pollution and the climate change, right? We can't do anything else. We're doing the best we can, and this stupidity needs to stop. It really, really does. Yes, so a Korean team claims to have created the first room temperature ambient pressure superconductor. Now, I don't know much about this stuff. I'm kind of looking into it. I mean, there's a lot of terminology here that I do not understand. Another test of superconductivity. In such a test, a sample should levitate when placed on a magnet. The team has provided a video of material particularly levitating. Let's see it. They claim that the levitation... Ooh, oh shit. Look at that. Huh. Is that a fucking vape? Oh yeah, look at that.
In this groundbreaking study by Lee et al., a new material identified as LK99, which has a modified lead apatite crystal structure, is reported to exhibit superconductivity at room temperature and atmospheric pressure. This is a significant achievement in the field of physics, as it potentially opens the doors to a multitude of practical applications, ranging from energy transmission to transportation and scientific research, that were previously limited due to the challenging conditions required for superconductivity. The researchers synthesized the LK99 material using a solid-state method, and through a series of chemical reactions achieved a transition from an insulator to a metal. The material's structure analysis, performed using X-ray diffraction, confirmed it as a polycrystalline material with slight alterations in the lattice structure, indicating a volume contraction, a key factor in achieving room temperature superconductivity. The material demonstrated the Meissner effect, a signature of superconductivity, wherein it expelled an applied magnetic field. In addition, the phenomenon of levitation, a direct result of the Meissner effect, was observed in the material at room temperature and atmospheric pressure. This compelling evidence supports the material's superconducting state. A detailed analysis of the material's resistivity and current voltage characteristics further supports its superconducting nature. The researchers observed a zero resistivity region, a strong indicator of an S-wave superconductor. They also noted transitions between superconducting and metallic states, characteristic of insulator to metal transitions. In conclusion, this study presents a novel superconducting material that operates at room temperature and atmospheric pressure. The paper provides a comprehensive analysis of the material's structure, superconducting properties, and the mechanism driving its unique characteristics. This breakthrough has the potential to revolutionize the application of superconductors in various sectors, making them more practical and efficient.
Well, that is pretty interesting to me. I don't know exactly what all of this means, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it's very interesting though. I mean, if we can get a superconductor and it doesn't heat up anything, that means our phones won't heat up. I mean, everything that takes a battery that we plug in, that we charge, heats up. It heats up because of the current and the electricity leaving the component. That much I did understand. So when power is going down power lines, the heat is coming off of those power lines. But this seems to keep it with it, or it doesn't heat up at all, which could be a game changer for all of our electronics, period. Seems pretty cool. I don't know. I'm hoping that they're on to something. Let's see here. We got a family. This Massachusetts family mystified by ice crashing through their roof. I mean, what?
The likelihood of this happening, we were better off playing the lottery.
Forget a bag of cold hard cash. Jeff Ilg and Amelia Rainville have a bag of?
About 10 pounds of
What?
ice.
This was the biggest one that we found. This was on the step, and then all these fragments.
Pieces everywhere.
The couple's sons had just gone to bed around 10 Sunday night, but when they finally sat down,
We heard the biggest crash that I've ever heard in my life.
Sounded like an explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was you could hear things hitting the roof.
thinking the house was struck by lightning, Amelia raced outside while Jeff ran out back. But what he found didn't make sense.
I ran out the back door and saw ice everywhere.
Giant chunks of ice on the lawn and the roof. Grabbing a flashlight and taking a closer look,
We have a hole in our roof.
Jeff made his way up to the attic, took a look around, saw the giant hole with the ice on the ground.
Oh my God!
This is wild. Where does a giant block of ice come from?
While it's unclear where the ice came from, Jeff and Amelia have an idea.
Our initial thought was it had to have been something falling from an airplane.
The weather was clear, not a cloud in the sky, and the couple's home is right below a flight path.
Oh,
now,
really?
they're left trying to figure out the icy mystery.
It's not from our neighbor. playing a prank, that's for sure.
No, it had to have been an aircraft. There's no way it was anything else. Where are you going to get ice to fall from the sky high enough to go right through a roof? Holy shit. Imagine if it had hit the solar panel side. It seems like right where the ice hit, there's no solar panels. So lucky for them. Man, I don't even know what I would do. I mean, I'm about to have my roof repaired or replaced. But man, once it's replaced and it's done, the solar panel's back on, you don't want anything falling through it. That's insane. That's so insane, dude. I would be so pissed. I mean, I hate fixing shit. And I don't know if you know, but in a house, you're always fixing shit. So when you have to fix something else that you didn't think you had to fix, boy, it is discouraging. Let's see. This woman was fired after company uses keystroke technology to monitor work from home. Hey guys, everybody, AI is going to suck for everybody trying to cut corners. Yeah, everybody's going to get found out, man. You ain't going to be able to cut corners no more. You better be doing the work, because if you're not doing the work, guess what? Someone else is going to do it. An Australian woman was fired from a major insurance company after they used keystroke technology on her employee laptop. Now, hold on a second. What are you doing fucking around with company property in the first place? Right? If you have a company phone, you don't do anything on the company phone. You don't download apps. You don't put your personal social media accounts on them. You don't do anything with company property. That's the last thing you want to do. Obviously, you're going to get caught doing stupid shit. You can't mess around with company property. Company computers, laptops, tablets, phones, treat them as if they're not yours. Because guess what? They're not yours. Revealing she hadn't worked her rostered hours for 44 days, started late on 47 days, and performed 0 hours of work on 4 days. Oh, wow. Wow, this is like, Jesus Christ, you are a piece of shit. You definitely deserve to be fired. Even if, I'd fire this person 100%. Australia's Fair Work Commission rejected an unfair dismissal application brought by fired insurance Australian group consultant Susie Chico? Dude, you are stupid. You are so stupid. Finding she was terminated for a valid reason of misconduct. Yes. It's called you have to work, you have to do your job. If you're not doing it, anybody would fire you. If I had somebody show up to a rap city and all they did was stand around and talk, go home. Right? That's basically all she's doing. She's logging in and she ain't doing nothing. Or she's logging in late. Or she's not, you're so stupid. Chico's work from home performance marked the end of her 18-year career with the company. Look, you might have been a great worker for a long time, but I bet you were this person always, and they just finally figured out how to nab you. You know what I mean? We all know the people that need to be fired within any company. You know who's the worker. You know who's not the worker. You know those people. So something tells me that she was getting away with this. Or maybe she wasn't even doing it. And maybe COVID hit. She got sent home. She had to work from home. And then everything changed for everybody. And she just felt like she could keep doing the same thing. Who knows? Maybe she has an OnlyFans. And she's killing it on OnlyFans. And she's just keeping this as extra income. But you're not wrongfully fired for misconduct when you performed misconduct for the company. so therefore you should be fired. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, shit. You know, it's crazy. It's just so crazy what people think they can get away with. It may be time to break out the masks. What? It's time to break out the mask against COVID, some experts say. There is a video, right? And I want to make sure that everything is said very clearly here. This is the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. What are we doing? I don't know what experts these are, but they should probably be dragged out into the street and shot if we're going to go back to this bullshit. And I purposely waited till the middle of the episode to get into this. This is BS. There is either a college or some facility or doctor's office or something in Massachusetts right now that just reinstated the mask mandate. Go fuck yourselves, you fucking morons. And I can't wait to leave all of this in and get struck in and have my shit taken down. This is fucking stupid. And I don't think anybody else should be on a different page. Even the person that was at the bank was the only one with a mask on with a plastic shield still in the office. Ugh, drives me crazy. Okay, here, quick. Non-scientist, non-medical person, right? Masks don't do anything. They don't help you. They don't help anybody around you. Staying 6 feet apart was a fucking lie. Staying home was a fucking lie. Wearing these masks for hours and hours and hours is actually unhealthy for you. And the new variant that is coming out for COVID, that's right, I said coming out because it's rocking and it's new, is less than Omicron, which Omicron was way less than the one before it. This is nothing but a fucking common cold at this point. If you have comorbidities or you have problems because you're unhealthy and you have medical issues, then stay the fuck home. But no goddamn way am I going to let them do this to me again. So it's time to stand up. It's time to fight. Fuck this shit. Let's check out the video, though, so I can calm down a moment. But I cannot believe this again.
Some of the guidance has changed as well, probably over the past several months.
Yeah.
First of all, if you're sick, no matter what, you should stay home. I think that even before the pandemic, that was the advice, that was the recommendation, that holds true.
No, it wasn't. It never was. If you had the flu, you still went to work. No one gave a shit if you had the flu. No one gave a shit you had the flu. You know what? I'm not even playing this article. I'm moving on. Fuck what they have to say. This is retarded. And on that note, let's hear from my sponsor. This September, in a world that never stops, Slow Down Clothing brings you a breath of fresh air. Go and visit our website, slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. Also, don't forget to put in promo code TOPHER before you check out to save an extra 10% off your entire purchase. The ultimate destination for those seeking a moment of tranquility in the chaos of everyday life. Dive into our collection that embodies the essence of finding calmness and simplicity. Our beautifully designed t-shirts are not just garments, but reminders to pause, reflect, and slow down amid life's hustle and bustle. Rediscover the snapback with its incredible embroidering on the hat and a picture underneath every bill. Elevate your active lifestyle with our premium leggings, blending comfort and performance seamlessly. Move freely and stay refreshed as you prioritize a healthier, balanced living. And for those who seek thrills on wheels, our specialty crafted skateboards are here to remind you that life is about the journey, not just the destination. Slow down and enjoy the ride. Slow Down Clothing helps you celebrate life's simple pleasures. Visit our website, slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. Also, don't forget to put in promo code TOPHER before you check out to get an extra 10% off your entire purchase. And explore a world of tranquility and style. Embrace the joy of slowing down with us. And I'm back, everybody. I am not sorry for the way I acted. Actually, you know what? I don't think I reacted strongly enough. All right, so there. I'm unapologetic, and I don't care. Let's see. James Webb Telescope just announced there's life at the edge of the universe. Now, I don't even believe there's an edge of the universe, and I don't know how much of this is true, but you know how it is. I like the space. I like it. I mean, this is 8 minutes and 47 seconds. Obviously, all links are in the description below the video. Feel free to go and check it out for yourself. But again, I was trying to say, I don't think there's an edge of the universe per se. There's no edge of the planet, right? We're not flat. We don't have a dome over us. So is it the edge of the universe, or is it just as far as the telescope can see, right? I don't think any of this shit fucking ends. I think everybody trying to fucking put an edge to it. You're looking for something that's non-existent. But let's check out what they got right now.
Madly chasing the evidence of extraterrestrial life. Ever since it has occurred to us that Earth might not be the only place where life nurtures, we have been madly chasing the evidence of extraterrestrial life. The result of this desperation, you ask? Creation of high-end equipment.
Oh, and by the way, we don't have to look much further because we all know aliens are real, and our government has made that very clear, and they've got bodies and spacecrafts, and they now have told us that it's real. So therefore, it's real. But isn't it interesting that for decades, anybody who said that was crazy, and now that the government says it today, no one cares.
Like Mars Perseverance rover, Hubble Space Telescope, and of course the star of the show, James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST. Since its launch, JWST has constantly been on a mission to explore outer space left and right, and pursue any piece of evidence that suggests the existence of life beyond Earth. From hunting biosignatures to spotting the most distant galaxy cluster ever seen, JWST is constantly discovering something new. Isn't it remarkable that the universe could make really large and complex molecules very quickly after the Big Bang, when our models suggest that they couldn't have? Given the extreme distance of the galaxy, the light the astronomers detected began its journey less than 1.5 billion years after the Big Bang. The universe is currently about 13.8 billion. Now see actual details of where within a galaxy the molecules are located. In this early galaxy, called SPT0 for 1847, the presence of these molecules is not uniform, and the reason...
Well, I mean, as you can see, it's really, really kind of beautiful, right? And I'm sure the telescope is taking all kinds of interesting data, pictures, but my thing is that there's no edge of the universe. It's not going to end. It goes on forever. I'm sure there's millions and millions and millions of universes and hundreds of thousands of black holes and just this endless amount of space in space, right? But that's what they designed this thing to do, right? They designed it to scan and take pictures of everything and maybe, just maybe, they found more life. But the thing is, and I don't know what they mean by the edge of the universe. They found it at the edge of the universe. So what does that exactly mean? Who knows? But our government already told us there is extraterrestrial life, and they have the bodies. So, what do you think of that? And I don't know about you, but Russia just failed at a moon landing. So basically, they just fired off a rocket, tried to land on the moon, and just fired a rocket into the moon. I don't know. Doesn't sound like that's a good idea. Like, how'd you fuck that up? You know? But they're already fucking up in Ukraine. So I guess they're just a bunch of fuck ups. And then somebody else did a moon mission and they landed. Where is the videos? Where's the proof? Like, I don't know. They say things, they say it's happening, but no one shows us anything. So who am I supposed to believe? And if you can hear that howling right now, my dog is howling super loud at the fire engines. I honestly do not know if you can hear that, but holy cow, he is loud right now. But I just think it's really neat. There's lots going on in space. There's tons of stuff happening. We're learning more and more and more. And now we've got a 300,000-year-old skull that was found in China, unlike any early human seen before. So I thought this was really neat because this really brings humans back even further than we thought. And you know what? I think it's going to keep going further back because I believe what we thought was wrong. It was wrong. Why is it so hard to believe that the people that told us the stories and the timelines and all these things, what is so hard about believing that it's wrong? I don't think it's hard to believe. What's hard to believe is that people don't believe this, the facts, what we're finding. When we drill down and we've got this layer that proves that something hit this planet and basically shut out the lights for a little while. That's what I find to be amazing, is that people just don't want to believe. They don't want to believe that Egypt and the Sphinx and the pyramids were way, 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 way fucking earlier than they expected, and that the Egyptians landed on the pyramids. They found them. They were already there. They didn't even build them, right? The Mayans, same thing. Their shit was there before they showed up. We're missing so much. Why? Because who knows how it was documented, or if it was documented, or if any of the documentation even exists anymore. So as long as we keep digging into the ground, pulling shit up, we find stuff like this. You know, now you can see where on the skull and the fragments they have placed clay to fill in, right? So all of these things, like okay, now I can see how they got the curvature. How did they know? How do they know it went flat like that, you know? They don't. They don't. I mean, they're kind of guessing in a sense. But it's a very unusual looking skull. Molars are super wide. Oh, look at that. All the molars are there. Wisdom teeth and all. And I bet you they didn't call them wisdom. You know, they probably weren't wisdom teeth. They were just teeth. You know, I don't know why we call them wisdom teeth. Because we all get them ripped out. That's not very wise, right? And today, we need to, do things to split our jaws and push things apart and have cartilage build up in between them. Because our mouths just keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller, which makes me think that one day we won't need to talk to each other because we won't have any way to do it. It's going to be interesting to try and eat, though. But the mouths supposedly keep getting smaller and smaller because everybody's eating, you know, they don't have to fight for their food. They don't have to go and get it and gnaw on it. It's just a fucking candy bar or it's ice cream. It's all soft, you know? And you don't need... So like the elephants that I was talking about a couple weeks ago, humans evolve as well as we don't need certain things. So now that there's no need to go and hunt and do these things, everything is shrinking. I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing. Let's see here. Man accused of taking Uber to New Hampshire to deliver 25 pounds of meth. You couldn't find any other way to do this, dude. What are you doing? And it's like, how'd you get caught in an Uber? In an Uber. So was the Uber driver fucking, I don't know. Let's watch the video because this is fucking, oh my God.
Well, the 23-year-old was arrested following a months-long investigation by the DEA and other law enforcement agencies. A criminal complaint here at the federal courthouse identifies the suspect as Narquin Antonio Sanchez Unbez. He is charged with possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine. An initial appearance hearing just wrapped up here at the federal courthouse. Court documents allege that Sanchez Unbez delivered 25 pounds of crystal methamphetamine to what was actually an undercover law enforcement agent on Monday in Rochester. They seized the drugs and then weighed and field tested them at the scene. The suspected drugs have been sent to the DEA drug laboratory for further testing. The U.S. Attorney's Office says Sanchez Unbez took an Uber from Massachusetts to traffic the packages in exchange for $58,000 in cash. Now, the U.S. Attorney says this is the largest confiscation of methamphetamine of this side in state history. Sanchez Unbez was ordered to be held in custody of the U.S. Marshal's Office. He has a detention hearing scheduled for Monday at 2 o'clock.
That guy is such an asshole because you know that horn hawking, that horn hawking was for him. That's such an asshole move, dude. Just some fucking jerk out on the road. Hey, look, it's Channel 9. Burr, 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 burr. This poor guy is trying to fucking get out the last of his reed. And he's like, Jesus Christ, why are you honking your horn? But what an idiot. What an absolute idiot, dude. I mean, you're under investigation for months and you sold to an undercover? You're not very smart at all. I'm sorry. That sucks. That means he was doing business with that person for a minute before they pulled the trigger on this. So, yeah, that's not good for business, man. But, yeah, be smarter next time. Just be smarter. What are you doing? Let's see. See images from the first Mars live stream. Let's check it out. I want to see. How long is this?
Can we talk about Mars? Let's talk about Mars because my daughter comes home from school and talks about one day people will be on Mars. And it's so amazing to think maybe, right? She's 7. Yeah. NASA's Perseverance rover released these astonishing images, video into a crater on Mars. The rover's Twitter account wrote this, zooming in on the Belva crater. Places like this where nature has done the excavating for you can be great for getting a look at exposed rocks under the surface. What are we learning from these images?
So the crater that they're looking at that you're seeing on screen is about a half-mile wide, and it's probably from a meteorite impact, and it's within a much larger crater, much larger crater. What they think is that there might have been a really active river, a really energetically flowing river, and that's incredibly exciting if that existed in Martian past, because where there's water, there's life. Right. And this is, of course, really not so subtly an exploration to see if there's evidence of microbial life from the past in Mars history and maybe under the surface. So they're actually seeing kind of rivulets, waves, almost in sediment, like you might see in sand after water has been there for a while, and ripples. Also moving these very enormous structures.
That couldn't just be wind?
Done with a very active river or water flow.
That is so cool.
So cool. Can you imagine rivers actively flowing on Mars?
No.
It's really
They keep thinking that they're going to find water underneath the surface on Mars. And I mean, that'd be great, right? You know, you find water, hooray. But at the same time, who wants to actually live in the planet? Who wants to go live on Mars? Who? Please write to me. I want to know why you want to go live on Mars. Because I'm telling you right now, when you have no Wi-Fi, no internet connection, no nothing, Unless that's what you really wanted. I mean, I just do not see that being a good time. Although it would be pretty cool to podcast from there, right? Make a great background. But I could do that right here, couldn't I, with green screen? Taming the Sun's Inferno. Controlling fusion plasma heat at 100 million degrees. I don't think we should be doing this. I have a really, really bad feeling about this. I got a quick little video for you. We're going to watch this and see how this reacts. But this is inside the Tomahawk during a test. So let's see what this fusion is all about, because I just don't understand how this is going to be safer for us.
2, 1, 0. This is the record-breaking reaction. It is more than 150 million degrees centigrade.
What?
10 times hotter than the heart of the sun. And
Holy
it happened here,
shit.
the world's most powerful fusion plant, Jet Fusion, in Culham in Oxfordshire.
Is it going to be better? Is it going to be safer? Is that amount of energy? I mean, I'm hoping so, because they're talking about enough energy to power a city built up in a matter of hours. And I guess that would be better than what we're dealing with now. But it's still pretty damn wild. And for this one, check this out. All right, I'm so intrigued by this, and I want to know what this thing is.
The $10 billion James Webb Space Telescope continues to provide answers about our universe and its origins, but it's also bringing up more questions, too. So NASA just released this stunning new image. It kind of looks like a question mark. It looks exactly like one in the sky. So scientists are trying to figure out, they're studying that mysterious object. Some speculate that maybe a pair of galaxies merged together and by coincidence formed a question mark.
Of
Astronomers
course.
say the object's red color indicates it is quite distant, possibly millions of light years away. Is that insane?
That is funny.
Look at that
It's very
image.
funny.
I mean,
It's kind of almost.
I was just about to say the internet.
Yeah, kind of. It is really neat, though. And of course, it's a coincidence. It's a cluster of something. And from far away, right, because we are far away, it made a question mark. But really neat, kind of fun. I want to thank you all, as always, for subscribing, supporting, and watching the podcast. If you are new to the podcast, you're a new subscriber, thank you. And if you are just swinging by or you got sent the link tree, remember to subscribe before you take off. All right, it greatly appreciated. It helps me, it supports the podcast, keeps us coming back week after week. And I really do appreciate it a ton. If you want to get more involved with the podcast, please send an email, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. And don't forget about the link tree. That's right, the link tree. Click that link. Go check out everything TWT, all the social. And, of course, it's the easiest way to share the podcast with everybody out there. So spread it around. Share it with your friends and family. And, as always, I hope you enjoy your Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you later.